Okay, so this lab is basically about creating a data warehouse through joins and unions. So basically we need to create a data warehouse. Data warehouse means we need to create few tables, right? And through joins and unions, so we have like uh, two or more tables already given, so we will write some joins query, and we will store the output of those query into some other tables. Similarly, we will perform unions on two existing tables based on some queries, and we will store the result in some table. Let's start the lab. Copy password, open Google console, next, paste the password, accept. So this is basically overview of the about the BigQuery. What is a BigQuery? Like BigQuery is a tool, or you can say service, which is used to query terabytes and terabytes of data, and without having an infrastructure. There is an infrastructure, but we don't need to worry about the infrastructure and the DBS. Both are managed by the Google itself. So BigQuery uses SQL language only. So as part of this lab, we will create a new tables using SQL only, using joins and unions. Agree and continue. So setup and requirement. So setup and under the setup and requirement, they basically said how to log in. So open BigQuery console. So let's open the BigQuery console. Under the big data option, so under the big data, so we have the BigQuery. Just click on it. So done. What happened? Yeah, so as this is our project, so as of now there is no data set. So as part of this lab, we need to create a data warehouse. So data warehouse means we need to create a few tables. So we know, as in the BigQuery, to store the tables, first we need to create a data set. So first create a data set so that we can store the tables, and the data set name should be e-commerce. Leave the other fields default and click on create data set. So data set is created, but as of now we don't have any table, so we will create the tables. So data set is created. Check my progress. Click on the disable editor tabs. Disable editor tabs. What is this? Click on the disable editor tabs link to enable the query editor. Try search and auto compare data catalog. Enable. Some UI changes, but not sure what actually changed. Anyhow, leave it. So As part of this, we have like a few data set. We have the website of e-commerce data, we have the data set of the product, we have the data set of the product review, the reviews given by the customers. So as part of this lab, they also told you can, like, we can explore the natural language API. So natural language API is like basically to do some natural language processing to identify whether the customer review is positive or negative. Try this API analyze. Though it is not the part of the lab, but it is given. Though if we look at the title, it has been written that we need to create a data warehouse through joins and unions, but as part of this lab only, so they told that because we are like did the join operation on the product review table as well. So we have the product review table as well. So they just told us how we can get the reviews through the machine learning APIs as well. So that is the natural language API. Whenever we have the text available, so we can use the natural language API. It is taking some time. Analyze. I'm not a robot. Crosswalks. This is so irritating. Oh my god. Thanks God, it's done. So replace the text inside the text box with the following text. Okay, copy. Now analyze. So we see that I liked the flashlight, so it's some like a positive review. So we'll see the sentiment. So it's sentiment says higher sentiment 0.8. Is the overall sentiment for the entire producer positive or negative? Is the overall sentiment for the entire produce review? Entire produce review. Okay, I like the flashlight, but it worked okay, so it is giving us a other. How we can see whether this is a negative sentiment or score of the sentiment ranges from -1.0 very negative to 1.0 very positive to 1.0 very positive. So for this we have 0, 0.5, 0.8. Not sure, like overall is 0.8 now. Sentiment score 0.8, so 0.8 should be positive only. Let's analyze few more. The 3 unfortunately did not do well. So go to the sentiment. Okay, score is -0.9, so it is negative. Does it giving the score for dog, Fishbury dogs, German Shepherd? So as part of this section we just need to like play with this natural language API, so we can leave this. Okay, so this is the main thing, we need to explore the product sentiment dataset. So first thing is that like we have created the dataset, right, e-commerce dataset. So under the e-commerce dataset, first we need to create a product table, and from where we will put the data. So we will like there is a one public data set, so we will copy all the data. Basically we will create a copy of the data. So create a copy of the table of the data science team that you can read it. So copy. So we are creating or replacing a table, if replace table if it already exists under the e-commerce dataset with the name product, and as is the query from where the data will be copied. So that, so all the data, select star from all the data will be copied. So run it. So product table has been created, right? So this is done. Click on the e-commerce dataset and display the product table. Okay, navigate to the e-commerce data and click the preview tab to see the data. So we can click on the preview tab to see the data. Yeah. Now how many aluminum handy emergency flashlight have been ordered? Ordered quantity for the aluminum handy. So what we can do is where is aluminum handy flashlight? and click the preview tab to see the data. How many aluminum handy emergency light? If we just click on this and we will preview the data, how many aluminum, where is aluminum? It is a PC game speaker. Okay, name is aluminum handy emergency flashlight. I mentioned the same. I'm not sure why it not took. Okay, so it is 66. Click the schema tab. So re-click on the product, click the schema tab, and find the data type of the sentiment score and sentiment magnitude fields. Sentiment score and sentiment data type is float. Okay, create a query that shows the top 5 records for products with the most positive sentiment. So basically we need to show the top 5. So only 5 you can say. So we need to put the limit 5, and we need to show the top most positive sentiment, that is the top 5. So we need to use the order by class, so order by the sentiment score and the descending, because the highest the sentiment, so that it is the positive sentiment, so that's why we use the descending, and show the top 5 products. Yeah, so just whatever the field we want to display, so we can do that. So it shows top 5 products. Now the other query is, so which product has the highest sentiment? So which product has the highest sentiment? USB wired. USB wired. Now the other query is, we need to show the top 5 but with the most negative sentiment. So as part of the most negative, what we will do is, so the query remains same, except the order by clause we will not put the descending, because the negative will be then the in the ascending order. So the lowest value come on the top. So 7 dog freeze pie, lowest sentiment 7-inch dog freeze pie. Check my progress. Now the actual thing which we need to do as part of this lab, so we need to perform some joins, right? So first they have mentioned we need to create a few tables. So create a new tables in your e-commerce dataset with the below requirements. So that let me copy this query first, so after that I will explain you. So we need to create a table, so we will use the create or the replace table command, and we need to create the table under the e-commerce dataset. So we will write e-commerce. The name of the table should be sales by Scoot, and this name 2017, so this name. Then source of the data from, now we need to pull all the data from this table data to inside. So where we will use this some select query. So after the as we will use some select query, and in the select query the source will be this data to insights. Okay, and we need to include only distinct result. So we will when we use the select query, we will use the distinct keyword as well, and we will return product SKU. So we will use the we will like fetch only like product SKU field. Also we will return the total quantity order. So we will use this sum method on the product quantity. So sum and on the product quantity, and they have given the yield. We need to use the if null condition. So we will use the if null as well, and they told us we need to filter the sales on 20170805. So we will put the where clause, so where the date is 2017, and after this we need to order by the SKU and the most ordered first. So we need to order by the SKU, order by the product SKU, and we need to most ordered first. So most ordered means like we need to put the order by class on the quantity. So the quantity means and the descending order. So the highest order quantity will be on the top. So let's run it. So the table is created, sales by SKU. So this is the normal table, not the joins table. So click on this and then preview the data. So click on this and then preview the data. So we have only two fields which we want, like that the product SKU and the total ordered. We need to find this is the top selling product SKU. Is the top selling product SKU? Okay, we need to check 12899 128. Yes, true. Now we need to perform the join. So we have given some query, right? So we need to join the e-commerce data set with the product inventory data set, and we need to like use only these fields. So basically and reach the website data with the following field in the product inventory data set. Okay, so we have given we need to perform some join. So when we did some join, so join means we need to like fetch a few columns from one table, and we need to fetch the other columns, a few columns from the other table, and we need to do some join operation, and there should be one common column on which we are going to perform the join. So they have given some query, but this is the partially written query, so we need to complete this query. So if you see they mention, okay, select. So we need to select this product SKU field, we need to select this total ordered field, but we need to select this field from the table website and the website total, and we need to select all this field: name, stock level, restocking, sentiment score, and sentiment magnitude from the inventory table. So we need, but all the fields we need we will mention here, right? And from which table? So we are like doing some join, so we need from two tables. One is the website table and one is the inventory table. So one is the e-commerce.sales, this table, and we are using the alias, that is the website, and the we mention the other table, and we also mention the alias, and we are using the alias name here. And when we mention these two tables, so there should be some join, so we are performing the left join. So this why this query is incomplete, because we are performing the join, but join on which operation, on which column? So on query is missing here. So on which column? So here should be some column name should be there. So possible solution is, so we have given some possible solutions. So let's copy it and see. So now we have given the on column as well. So when we perform any join operation, so there should be on clause as well. So there is a product SKU column in the website table, and there is a SKU table in the inventory column. So we are performing the join on this. Yeah, so let's run it. So we get the data from both the tables. Now they told us we need to modify this query. So they told us a calculated field total order stock level alias as a ratio. So we need to add one more field when you need to divide this field, and we to go through the 50% of the inventory result. So they have given the query, just execute it. They actually modify the existing join query. So this is the existing join query till now, like so we have added one more field, that is the this field as a ratio, which is given here. So they told that we need to use the safe divide field 1 field 2, and we need to use it as an alias ratio. So we are using it in alias as a ratio, and the field 1 total order and stock level, and the rest all everything is same. Yeah, and then we need to like do the 50% of the result. So let's run it. Okay, what is the name of the top selling product and what percent of the inventory has been sold already? Okay, let's so it's the leather general black. So leather general black, and in the stock level is 354 and 250 is total ordered. Check my progress. Okay, now they told us create a new table. So again we will like write the query like create or replace table to store sales by product SKU for 8 Feb 2017. So table name should be this, and this is the like the two fields we need to store. So let's do that. So we'll create a table, create or replace table, e-commerce. So earlier we will create 2017 0801. Now we are creating 0802. So only do these two table, but this will be the empty table. So table is created. Where is this? Yes, sales by SKU. So now we have the two. So because we use some like a date parameter, so whenever we use the date parameter, always like it will show in this form only. We can check like which table we want to display. Okay, now we will like insert some records into it. That is manually because the table is empty. Alright, we can show it here as well. And if you go to the detail tab, the number of rows is 0, so table is empty. So let's insert one records in 08021, that is the product SKU on into these columns with values this. Okay, one row added. So they told us okay, now we need to confirm it. So let's confirm it by preview the table. So one record is added. Now we need to append together historical data. So now we like joins, we have already seen how to perform joins. Now we will have to use the union, right? So union means like to append like the two tables data, all the data. So we have like now two tables, one is for 0801 and one is for 0802. So we are performing the union clause from both the tables. So there are two methods, one is the union, one is the union all. Alright, so they have like tell us the difference between union and union is that union will not include duplicate records, but union all will include the duplicate records. So select the query. So we can use this star delimiter as well. Like, because both the tables, if you see both the tables, so both the table has 2017-0802 and 2017-0801. so when we did 2017 star, so in from which table, like, it show the data. 1 minute, let me check. So it has 462 records and the other has 1 record, so total 463. So when I run the above query by giving the star, so it shows me total 463 records. So it shows me the total records from both the tables, right? So but if we want from only for one table, so what we can do is we can use the table suffix. So this time we mentioned we want the 2017, but the suffix should be 0802. So now it will show only one record. So union all join does not include duplicate records. 1 minute. Union all is that a 1 minute. The difference between union and union all is that a union will not include duplicate record, but union all will include. So that's the end of the lab. This is a very basic lab. Just we need to create a few tables, but in earlier labs, we just only use some select quant, but in this lab, we play with some joins and the union commands. We see like what is the difference between union and union all. So if we use the union all command, then it will include the duplicate records as well, right? And also we see we can use the table suffix keyword. Yeah, so that's the end of the lab. So I think all done. Yeah, all done.